Well, Austin, how has this last month been competition-wise for you compared to past years? Just what's been different about it, and how do you feel you've progressed this month?
Yeah, I mean, I think with getting closer to this season, just the competition of fall camp, and I think we've done a good job of just going out there and making everyone better each and every day. The defense has been making us better. Offense has been pushing the defense, and it's just been back and forth.
Like the development of the offense as a whole has gone from day one to now where you guys are at today?
Yeah, I mean, I think with a young offense and young receivers, tight ends, backs, but a lot of talent, you kind of just it's cool to see the progress. And I think with the season so close, going out there and seeing the execution, everyone just doing their 111th, you can kind of see the potential, and it's gonna be fun.
Right here on the left, here.
Do you believe you've done enough to win the job?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've gone out there and executed the offense, and done the best that I can, and so I feel confident. Yes, sir.
Right here on the right, Chris.
Yeah, with game week, just kind of inching closer and closer pretty quickly, what do you feel is left to do for you between now and whenever a starter is announced?
I think, like Coach Stein mentioned, just going out there and executing your reps. When you get in, can you move the ball? Can you score with the offense? Can you take easy completions? And ultimately, just be that leader for our team.
The back, Olivia.
Just how do you approach a competition like this, managing your own development, but also wanting to push your teammates, whether it's the other quarterbacks in the room or just other position groups on offense?
Yeah, like I just said, just doing your job, and really just executing the offense. Making the guys around you better, helping them out when it's needed, and then scoring points for your team.
Right here on the left, James.
Hearing from multiple members of the offensive staff about the possibility of either more 12 and 13 personnel or just more two-back looks compared to years past. And from some of the highlights we've seen from scrimmages, it looks like that's what you guys have been trotting out there. Just what has it been like schematically or personnel-wise to work with maybe a little bit of a different mix than last season?
Yeah, each team's different, and I think this year we got a different skill set than last year. Just guys leaving and whatnot, and so we're gonna put guys on the field that make us win, and so whatever personnel that is, to give us the best advantage. I think at the end of the day, that's who we're gonna play, and so we've messed around with some different things and had some success at different personnel for sure.
Right here on the left, Matt.
You touched on the youth of this team at receiver. That's very clear. Can you just speak to the camp they've had and kind of the impact that that group can have this season?
Yeah, I think they are young, but I think when you really get those guys going, and get the momentum going on the offense, easy completions, and then getting those guys to block on the perimeter, it really sparks energy, and they have a lot of connection that we've built throughout fall camp. And so once they kind of get rolling, I mean, it's dangerous. You can kind of rotate guys in and out and just keep moving the ball down the field.
Right here, Aaron.
Coach Stein talked a little bit about the importance of Iapane's experience. How helpful has he been to you as you've grown through this ball camp?
Can you repeat that question?
Coach Stein talked about Iapane and his influence on the offense as the only returning starter and center. How has he helped you?
Yeah, I mean, he's up front. He's making calls for us, and I think him and Charlie do a great job. Even Bryce, like all three, four centers that we have, whoever's out there, whoever you're getting snaps from, just their experience and kind of getting those calls right, helping you copy protections, different things like that, and having game experience, it helps a lot.
Right here in the middle, Tyson.
What's been the biggest challenge for you in going from somebody who your first 2 years you can learn the offense and kind of almost operate somewhat in the background to suddenly having to have that expectation of you're in a quarterback battle and taking that leap? Like how's that challenge been for you?
Yeah, I think the drive and focus don't change, but the execution has to increase. And I think at the end of the day, like I said, when you're in, are you helping move the offense? Like, can you take easy completions? Do your job. Read the right guide. Those things. Pre-snap and post-snap decisions have to be executed at a high level. And I think that's what kind of changes.
On the right, Chris.
Will also talked earlier today just about the importance of Noah, the importance of Gary and their veteran leadership and their experience, and how important has that been, for a guy like yourself trying to, win a job, to have experience like that around you?
Yeah, I think Coach Lanning hit it the best the other day. He was talking about just you're going to have adversity in a day. And so with a young offense, having those leaders around you when things don't go right, or if you get stalled out on a drive, whatever it may be, turnover, having those guys there to kind of bring the offense back up is super helpful. And you need that on a team.